Drawing the Great Seal of the United States may look intimidating at first, but if you break it down into simple steps, it becomes much more doable. Just focus on one part at a time, and by the end, you'll not only have a pretty impressive drawing, you'll probably remember a lot more about what this famous emblem includes. Now, before we begin, I do always recommend adding center pencil guidelines on your paper before you start to draw. All of my step-by-step tutorials include them, and they really do help, especially with symmetrical drawings like this one. Let's begin by drawing that center crest that kind of looks like a square. It has 3 flat sides, and the bottom points down in the middle. When you're done with that, add a horizontal line inside. After the outside shape is done, we need to add vertical lines inside for those flag stripes. I'm drawing 6 on one side here, trying to make them even. And after I have 6 on one side, then I need to also draw 6 on the other. Okay, now let's move up and draw the eagle head. It is looking to the side, so this is a profile view. And it has a zigzag line on the bottom for its feathers. After that basic head shape is done, then finish it with a beak on the left side and add a simple eye. Moving on to the wings now, they begin with a large bottom curve like this, and then they have a bench curve on the top. After you've drawn this shape on one side, then just do your best to draw a mirrored version of it on the other side. I'm making a quick little fix here and adding 2 lines under the head, and then going on to draw those feathers. These go on the side of the wing shape. They all sit side by side and follow the curve of that main shape and point away from the head. After one set of feathers are done, then we do need to do the same thing on the other side. Try to keep an eye on the size of the ones you're drawing, so they do look similar to the other side. I want to add that this is probably the trickiest part of the whole drawing, so just do your best and I'm sure your feathers will be great. Next, we can add the eagle's legs and ankles. They extend to the right side and to the left side of that crest. Then think of the feet as kind of looking like a hand with a large thumb and 3 fingers below it. Add this on both sides. Now for those arrows that the eagle is clutching. There are 3 of them, and I recommend drawing each one completely before going on to the next. That will pretty much guarantee that the tops and the bottom shapes line up with each other. The eagle foot on the other side is going to be holding a long leaf, so let's start with the center spine shape. It's pointy at the top, kind of blunt at the bottom. Then add about 6 leaves going down on one side. And then there's a center leaf on the top and 6 more going down on the other side. The bottom tail of the eagle starts with a curve and then has equal sized feathers spanning out from below. There are 7, so that means there's a center one and 3 on one side and 3 on the other. Let's move up now for the circle above the eagle's head. I'm making marks to plan how big it needs to be, and then slowly drawing one half and then the other. Once the outside circle is done, it gets a little easier to add a smaller one inside to make that ring. After the ring is done, we need to draw 3 5-point stars that are stacked inside, like this, kind of in a triangle shape. And if you see a shadow coming into the picture here, that's my cat Dottie, who's going to make an appearance in a moment. And if you haven't met her before, this is Dottie. I'm going to let her hang out for just a few minutes while I draw this last ribbon step. It starts with that center shape that's a bit curved, then an end is added at the top and another at the bottom to connect it to the eagle's head. After one side of the ribbon is done, we need to draw a flipped version on the other side. Start with that middle shape again, add the pointy one on top, and then the other at the bottom, connecting to the head. Finally, we just need to add the words inside the ribbon, which are E pluribus unum, all in capital letters. It means out of many, one. All right, our pencil drawing is done now. We just need to trace everything carefully with a black marker. Here's an additional tip. Your drawings will always look neater if you erase pencil lines before you start to color. I'm going to bring out my crayons now, but you can certainly use markers or colored pencils too. Just concentrate on pressing hard to get lots of color and staying inside those lines. Here are the colors you need for the Great Seal of the United States. Uses brown for most of the eagle, yellow for the ribbon and feet, navy for the crest and inside that ring, red for the flag stripes, and green for that leaf. So there you have it, the Great Seal of the United States drawn one step at a time. It's a good reminder that even a complicated looking image becomes much easier to draw when you break it into smaller parts. And now that you've drawn it for yourself, chances are you'll remember a lot more about it and all it includes. At Art Projects for Kids, you'll find many more drawing projects just like this, including how to draw a Celtic knot, how to draw a flag, and how to draw a red ribbon. I hope you check those projects out too.